Read.
What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and righteousness?
There it is, man. We're supposed to be having a holy conversation of righteousness. Read.
Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High.
The what?
Unto the coming of the day of the Most High.
No, I thought he wasn't coming.
Unto the coming of the day of the Most High.
Say the what?
Unto the coming.
The what? Thank you. To the coming of what?
Of the day of the Most High.
The coming of the day of the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. Read.
Select it.
Read it from the top.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 12. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved.
Heavens being what?
On fire.
On fire, because you know heaven is power, rulership, and authority on this earth, and the heavens is the ozone layer of the sky. You see? Because it's gonna be a galactical fire in the sky and on this earth, man. Being on what?
On fire.
On fire, read.
Shall be dissolved.
Shall be what?
Dissolved.
Shall be dissolved, it says. Come on.
And the elements.
And the elements, that's the, you know what an element is. Every atom has what? Electrons and protons, neutrons, all that's going to be what?
Shall melt.
Shall melt. They're going to be melted. You see? They read that? I don't think so. They just going to one scripture. You know how they go to one scripture and say, oh, this is null and void. But what does it say here? What Peter say?
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Yes. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise,
according to his promise, read,
look for new heavens.
We look for new heavens
and a new earth.
And a new earth, read,
wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Wherein dwelleth righteousness. See? I don't care what they say. That's what we're looking for. And with that, as we're in the kingdom, we can go to the kingdom. What about Isaiah 66 and 15? Let's go to the kingdom.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Most High Mashiach Yahushua will come with fire.
Just like you say, gonna come. How you gonna come with this fire? Like a what?
And
thief in the night.
Right.
Like a thief in the night. You don't know when a thief coming. So nobody gonna know when he's coming. Gonna catch everybody off guard. Like a thief in the night. Read.
And with his chariots.
And with his chariots, read.
Like a whirlwind.
Like a whirlwind, read.
To render his anger with fury.
To render his anger with fury, read.
And his rebuke with flames of fire.
His rebuke with flames of fire. There it is again. I mean, I can go on and on and on with this, but go ahead.
For by fire.
By what?
Fire.
Oh, he ain't coming back, but what? By what?
Fire.
But by fire, read.
And by his sword.
By his sword, read.
Will the Most High Mashiach Yahushua plead with all flesh.
Plead with all flesh, read.
And the slaying of the Most High Mashiach Yahushua shall be many.
Many people are going to be killed when they come back. Go ahead. Who? Now he's dealing with this. This is for those, remember it said, the first thing it says, don't be concerned about those that are trying to put us down for not eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, and anything that's abominable in Leviticus 11th chapter. You understand? So now listen to what he said. Who you going to get? This is the last scripture I go to, those that say you can eat anything. Just pray over it. But read it.
Verse 17. Isaiah 66 and 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens, behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Most High.
So you say you're coming with fire, you say you're going to burn these people up. That eat, the first thing he said, that swine, man. That hog, that pig. And the abomination. That's why I say you got to look at Leviticus 11th chapter to see what you can eat, what's clean and what's unclean. And the mouse. Those that eat certain parts of the mouse family. Raccoon and squirrel and possum and rat itself. That's why, you know, they selling 1 million pounds of rat meat in the meat market right here in America. Letting it go through. That's why it's not good to be eating. Gotta be careful with chicken that's don't have no bones in it, man. I don't know. Better question it. He says shall be consumed together, said the Most High. Go ahead.
For I know their works.
He know their works. I can eat whatever I want to eat. All I gotta do is pray over it. Who you gonna pray to the Most High over some abomination? Think about it. You pray to the Most High who said, don't touch a dead pig carcass. You gonna pray to him over abomination? I don't think so, read.
For I know their works and their thoughts.
And their thoughts. He said, I know their works and their thoughts, read.
And it shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory.
That's right, they're gonna come and see his glory. Now jump up to verse 22.
Verse 22. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith the Most High.
Mm-hmm. See, new heavens and new earth. How is this going to come about? He just said he's going to do it by the purifying element of fire. Remember, he put the rainbow in the sky to remind himself that he's not going to flood the earth anymore. So he's going to do it by fire. Two purifying elements, water and fire. So he's going to do it by fire to clean up the earth, that it could be righteousness on this earth. Read.
For Isaiah 66 and 22.
Mm-hmm.
For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make.
See, that cancels out what they're talking about. Like their kingdom gonna last forever. That's what they're saying. But they that great whore. That Catholic Church is that great whore. Read. That sit on many waters. Read.
For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith the Most High, so shall your seed and your name remain.
Mm-hmm. Read.
And it shall come to pass that from one new moon.
This is the kingdom, y'all. So you think the new moon isn't important? It's going to come to pass from one new moon in the kingdom, read.
To another.
To another, read.
And from one Sabbath to another.
And from one Sabbath to another, read.
Shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Most High.
That's why Judges 5:11, man, we rehearsing the righteous acts, man. Say everybody going to come to worship before the Most High and Mashiach Yahushua. Read.
And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me.
So that's the ones that have done what? The ones that transgressed against them did what? They did what?
Transgress the laws of the Most High.
Transgress the laws of the Most High. We're going to look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against the Most High. We're going to see them dead bodies. Read.
For their worms shall not die.
Ooh, it's deep, man. It said a worm never gonna die. You know, Most High have worms in our bodies that eats our bodies up once you die. It's a worm that the Most High worms the Most High have in our bodies to eat our bodies up. That's why you look at the body after so long, it's gone. It's pretty much. And because something came and flew and ate it up, it's worms that he have inside our body. But he said these worms what?
Shall not die.
Shall not die, read.
Neither shall their fire be quenched.
Neither shall the fire be quenched. I mean, the worms gonna be eating them up, and the fire gonna be eating them up. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Read.
And they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh.
And we're gonna hate this, but we gotta deal with it. You know why we gotta deal with it? Why we gotta deal with it? Why we have to deal with it? And that's easy. I mean, y'all don't know why we gotta deal with this. Why we gotta deal with this?
Because we transgress the laws of the Most High.
Huh?
Because we transgress the laws of the Most High.
That's you, not me. I ain't looking at it. I ain't looking at it. Dude, I ain't looking at that. I said, why we got...
Because thus saith the Most High.
Thank you. What did he say that? He just said it, right?
Right, come on.
That's real simple. Because the Most High said it. No, you don't want to be there, Leo. You don't want to be... You definitely don't want to be there. Look at 2 Timothy 2:15.
2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 15.
Yeah.
Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High.
So you gotta study this Bible, man. That's why you should be looking at, okay, well, there's topics, there's subject matters. Say study to show yourself approved unto the Most High. Read.
A workman that needeth not to be ashamed.
A workman that needeth not to be ashamed, doing what?
Rightly dividing the word of truth.
So rightly dividing the word of the truth, you go to Isaiah. Well, how you rightly divide the word of truth? Huh? Get the precept upon precept, precept upon precept. And that's how you rightly divide the word of truth. It's just like a puzzle. It's just like a recipe. You see?
Isaiah 28:10. Sorry. Isaiah 28 and 10.
This is how you rightly divide the word of truth.
It says, for precept must be upon precept.
Precept must be upon precept.
Precept upon precept.
Precept upon precept. Read.
Line upon line.
Line upon line. Read.
Line upon line.
Line upon line. Read.
Here a little.
Here a little.
And there a little.
There a little. So sometimes you might need a little in the scripture. You might need the whole scripture. Like we say, oh man, the Jews are in the ghettos and slums. They're all with the last high, first five. Just go to Jeremiah 14:2, the first part. Judah morning. That's it. You see, because when we go to that scripture, we never read the last part of it. And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. We hardly ever read that. We just read Judah morning in the gates thereof language. They are black unto the ground. We hardly ever say the cry of Jerusalem.